So Dr. Slaking just called me boring. Specifically, he called everyone boring. So it's fine. It's not just me, right? So, hello, Internetians. My name is Josh, Go Player, and I am a Draft League player, both Wi-Fi and Showdown. And I am going to be talking about a video which, if future me is smart, he'll make this more professional than his normal videos. And what I'm going to be talking about is actually, hopefully, this video, this general area, by Dr. Slaking, which will be linked in the description. Very first line will be Dr. Slaking's video. I recommend going watching that before watching this, so it's clear what I'm going to be talking about, what I'm going to be responding to, and just overall what the subject of this video is going to be about. So pause here, go there, watch that, his quick little rant, and then come back. But the short version is regarding Draft League and how it's dead, and the state of it, and how we killed it. So there's a lot of things to unravel here, and there's a lot of things that I want to go over from my perspective of a Showdown player, and how I think that ties into the importance of this subject, and how we can learn in general from it. So there's a lot of things to break down. Smart me would have made some notes, but unfortunately, all I did was eat food and then click record. So, in general, his first main topic was that the Wi-Fi. He mainly was talking about Wi-Fi, right? So he mainly talked about Wi-Fi. He is a Wi-Fi player. I'm sure he's done Showdown before, but he is talking mainly about Wi-Fi when it comes to this. And his first point was that the commentators, the people, not specifically me, never mentioned me once. The only reason I know about this video really is because Shuckle King tagged me in it, referencing me, which we'll get to later. But we, as Wi-Fi Draft League players and uploaders, are boring. We're boring commentators. We're boring to watch. Our views are going down because people don't like us. And he's right. I can't think of the last time that I watched someone else's Draft League video where they were facing not me, and it wasn't like going in knowing there's something crazy that happened, right? An example for this is APA. I knew I'm an admin in the server. I saw the stats for a particular game, Amol versus D-Ray, which I won't spoil, but I saw the stats and I was like, what happened? And they're like, it was really, really crazy. It's a really big, you want to watch this. So like I watched it because I knew something crazy was going to happen. But other than that, the only Draft League videos I've watched are my own, because I'm a narcissist like that. I do like to hear the sound of my own voice. I do rewatch my own videos, so there's something out about me. And then people who play me, because again, I'm a narcissist. I like to see how people play against me. I like to know how they reacted to my sets and all the things that I've done. We're boring. People don't want to watch us. And it's our own fault, for the most part. It's our own fault. It is. The people who still play, who don't get views, are boring. And that kind of hurts me as well, because my views from Draft League have dropped. Obviously, I've had very high views for Draft League. Not compared to some of the big names like Joey, Dan, Shady. But for small Wi-Fi draft leagues, I've had the big views because I was in the big league with Joey, Dan, MV, etc. And I don't expect that regularly, but the views that I used to get are higher than they are now. And that stems from the fact that some people find me boring. Which is a thing. I get it. I definitely think that a lot of us are exhausted. We've been talking about the same thing for 5 to 6 years. People don't want to hear us talk anymore. They move on. I do think that we have there's boringness in the community. But I also think it's in some way staleness, specifically of content creators. And this goes into my next point. We need to be different. We need to be, not different, we need to be better. Right? We can't be the same commentators we've always been. We need to grow, we need to change, we need to set the curve of what a new new thing can be when it comes to making draft league videos. Something has to change. And we haven't. I know there's a lot of similarities with how I currently play my games and talk about my games that to when I a year ago, 2 years ago, and eventually that becomes stale. No one wants to hear the same things you say with different mons against the same mons that you played before. And that doesn't have to do with anything new mons. I agree that sometimes the format's been stale. And there's definitely been times where I felt like the problem was the format. But we could be more entertaining. And we have to accept that. To grow the community, to be better, to enhance the community. I think Dr. Slaking's video really could change. Will you shut up? I think Dr. Slaking's video is going to be really, really important for the future of the draft league community, if there is one. Specific, again, Wi-Fi. We're still talking about Wi-Fi. The first step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. Draft league is dying. Wi-Fi is dead. I don't want to play Wi-Fi. I wanted to play VBL because there's still like that freshness. I still like the Ubers, right? I love clicking buttons with Ubers. That's why I always drafted like Marshadow and Magirna and just like button clickers, right? Anti-Twitter. You guys, what in the hell is wrong with y'all? What are y'all going on? Fucking love livers. Jesus Christ. Love livers. Don't get me started on them. Okay, so we have to be more entertaining, right? When I watched his video, when I thought about what he had to say, one person that really came to mind was a very good friend of mine, probably my favorite person in the community. Her name is Olivia Sama. She has always pushed to be better than she was the day before. Again, I don't watch Draft League videos. I don't even watch competitive Pokemon videos. I started watching a little bit for a while, but died off again after BDSP. But she's always tried to not only to take in the new and run with it and be better than she was. She always tries to start the new. And that specifically goes into graphics, new video styles, how to be different formats, stuff like that. But I don't think anyone ever really stopped and considered that maybe we need to take her ideology with trying to innovate and take it to our own videos, to our own person. It's not just the thumbnails, the graphics, the custom shinies, the how to be better at draft analysis, how to all the thing that we need to innovate and grow and be better at is being entertaining. How do we fix and change that? And I've thought about this before, how to be more entertaining, but it always, like I said, it always was just like the draft analysis, right? And then like very little things when it comes to after the video. In NCP Season 4 and BBL, I started a new little thing with my editing, which was the fade-in preview of, oh my gosh, what happened? And that was to keep people interested, right? And I really like that. I might do that again, but I never went in depth. It's the commentary. It's not just, I need a new layout so people have something nice to look at. No one needs a layout. I've realized after switching to what I have now that the layouts are fine, right? They give you something to look at. They let you know what Pokemon are left and everything. But people are going so ham on just the graphics, the look of the video, the editing, that you don't realize for people to see this editing, this nice editing that you did, this great graphics that you did, these custom shinies, right? Because I know Dr. Slaking touched on the custom shinies, and I don't know if they're necessarily pulling views or making the thing better. I think they're a nice little thing, but I don't see how they are the thing that's supposed to make people watch you. And that might not be the case with everyone. Shuckle King, who tagged me in the video, his thread, I read his. He's right. There is no proof that it's not growing. That's just my opinion. You're more than welcome to tell me I'm wrong. As Dr. Slaking said with his video, the comment section is down there. The technology is out there for people like us who or other creators who have a mic and a webcam. Like, the technology is there. Respond to me. Put your comments down below. Tell me I'm wrong. But I don't see the draw of the custom shinies. I think that they are a nice thing, and they're more aesthetic for us, and they give a cool little thing, but I don't think that I think people are just like, that's how I get the views. The custom shinies. And then they'll make these shinies, and they don't understand that, like, people aren't going to make it to your custom shinies if they start the video and you're boring and they click off and they move on. They won't see your fancy layout. They won't see your any of that. And there's a way to make it work, I think. As I was saying this, I was even thinking there is one person I think that they're entertaining in general, but their draw, not their draw. How do I say this? Let's back up. I think that they use their graphics, their editing, and everything really, really, really well. And it helps for drawing in new people who don't already know that this guy's entertaining. And specifically, I'm talking about Matt O'Shea, another good friend of mine. People watch him because he's entertaining. But when new people who want to see the community and want to see, is the Draft League community entertaining, when they see him, before they really get into how entertaining he is, they see his editing, his graphics, and everything. Because when you start a Matt O'Shea video, it's just drop the graphic, what's up, Ocean? And all that combined, Matt, I think, is a really good commentator. I think he's a really good Draft League person. I think that he, right now, is the face of our community because he's entertaining to watch. When you click his video, he draws you in with that slam of his graphic, and you're like, wow, these graphics are nice, this editing is nice, whoa, this guy's really, this guy pulls me in, like, I want to keep hearing him, I want to keep listening to him talk. And That's where we need to go. We need to be better entertainers. We need to pull people in. We need to keep them in. We need to say, this is why I'm going to be entertaining. I don't think it's just that we suck at entertaining during the matches. I think, and me myself, I know I'm guilty. I think we're just boring from the start. So first we got to get people to the point of being entertaining when they start, being entertaining when they battle. And entertaining while you battle is really, really hard. Really, really hard. And there's only so many ways that you can do it without just naturally being entertaining, naturally being someone that they keep their eyes on. And I am thinking about how to fix that. But I started to think more. Dr. Slaking's next couple points were that you can't be that entertaining while you're playing this game and you're like, this person's really good. I have to be at the top of my game. My draft has to be great. My prep has to be great. My team has to be great. My plays have to be great. Here's how I'm making these plays. How do I beat him? How do I position? How do I do all this? You got a camera on you. You have a mic in front of you. People are here to watch you talk and listen to you and be entertaining. And I do it. I'm staring at the screen. I'm not talking to the cam. I'm staring at the screen. How do I win? How do I win? How do I win? It's hard. It's hard to be entertaining while you're also being this try-hardy and trying to win. The reason why Draft League took off in the first place in GBA Season 4, which is, we all know, that's when it got popular, was because everyone was having fun. They weren't so try-hardy. People were just, I have these 6 months, it's really, really fun, I can't wait to play my good friend, and they have this joy to them as they play. And the plays came natural. They weren't so try-hardy that they forgot about the webcam that's on them, but they weren't so focused on entertainment that they forgot that they had a game in front of them. And then Draft League blew up, and everyone wanted to be the next Shady Penguin, the next Pokemon, the next A-Drive, everything. But we're too hard-pressed on one or the other. And we had to figure out how to have that balance. And I mentioned that I had to talk about Showdown and how I think that there's a proof that the commentating, the live talking, and trying to be entertaining is rough and can sometimes make you a worse player. And the way I want to compare it is BBL. So I'm in BBL Showdown, Arceus Division, highest division, and I'm in BBL Wi-Fi. And arguably the strength of the player base is higher in Arceus. But I was doing better in Arceus than Wi-Fi, because I wasn't always thinking about the camera. I wasn't thinking about how to make a good recording. I was trying to laugh and have fun with the game as I talked to my Twitch chat. And even when it's not just BBL, when I have a Showdown League that I'm not commentating, I'm a better player because I'm not trying to, I don't keep focusing, wait, I'm dead talking, I need to entertain. I can focus on the game. I can think. Do you know why the strongest competition comes out in team tours on Showdown? If all you do is watch Wi-Fi, there's team tours. It's a thing. The reason is not just because you're trying to help your team and you have all this prep. It's because nothing else is mattering. You are hard focused on this game. All you can think about is this game. You don't have anything else bothering you. You don't have entertain. I don't ever try to entertain when I'm in team tours. My best showings are in team tours. Little Cup from, what was it, Clash? I think it was Clash wherever I was with Panther and Rizzo. That was one of the best showing in Draft League for me in so long. I went 6-1. I was number 1 LC player for the longest time. I had very little LC experience, but I was so hard focused on doing better, being the best. All I had to think about was winning the game and being the best. And because of that, I was able to play so much better because I didn't have to worry about the camera that's pointed at me. How do we fix this? How do we become more entertaining? And off the top of my head, I don't know. There's Dr. Slaking mentioned commentators, which I don't know if that's immediately a fix, but I think it's definitely worth a try. And luckily, we have literally the best example for this with Twitch Battle League Tour coming up in February, March. Plug, I'm in it, haha. Where they will be commentated. The games are going to be commentated. But I'm pretty sure that we're also going to be commentating because we're going to be like live streaming the games, obviously. So but we will still be able to focus on the games and have that competitiveness while someone else commentates. Both aspects will be there. So I think that this is going to be a great chance to see how well commentators are actually going to make it. The next thing is, I think the most... one thing that I will stand by that is doing well for Draft League community that not a lot of people really delve into because they don't get the views that they do on YouTube is streaming your games. And not just to Twitch. I stream my games to Twitch. Sometimes Matt O'Shea does. I know a good friend of mine, Cody, has taken that and run with it. And obviously this all stems from Liv, who I stole the idea from, but I think it became a little bit more popular after I did it, which is weird because Liv is more subs and is more entertaining. I think streaming games is a really, really nice thing. I think it allows that interaction. I said that it doesn't have to really be to Twitch, but I kind of feel like it does. At first, I was thinking back to like NCP season 3 and 4 when we were streaming in call. So I would get in call, or I wouldn't, but someone would get in call and they'd deafen so they can't hear anyone. And they'd play their game and they record the game, and everyone would be in call, and we'd all be watching, and it was really, really fun, right? Especially since you didn't have to Twitch. My Twitch chat doesn't want to talk about the game because they're like, I don't want to influence them, but they can't hear us. We're all having a blast. That doesn't really help the YouTube problem though. So, kind of shot myself in the foot with that one. I think Twitch or streaming games, because some people will stream to YouTube. I think that's definitely an interesting idea. I definitely think that is something that not a lot of people really explore sometimes. Except for, of course, Goldoa Dragon, who took the idea and said, yo, what if this was a league? Which I don't know if that's really the solution, is streamed leagues, because not everyone wants to stream, and not everyone wants to watch all these streamed games every single day. Also, they're spur of the moment. YouTube, you still have time to go back. You can watch it whenever. Which some people do. I've noticed that my streams, a lot of people go back and watch my streams. But I really think streaming is the thing that I'm going to work on for how to be more entertaining, and seeing if I can use that as an anchor to be better, be more entertaining, talk more of Twitch chat. But how does everyone else become more entertaining? And I can't think of anything else to say other than watch your own games. Do you like what you hear? Are you interested in what you have to say? I'm a narcissist. I think I'm entertaining to an extent. Recently, not so much. But when I was in NCP, Season 3, and some parts of Season 4, I rewatched my games. I rewatched my season 3 of NCP so many times. Not just because I won, but I thought it was when I was at my peak. I thought I was super entertaining. I thought people wanted to watch me for a reason. I drafted Dracovish, and I was super entertaining with Dracovish because I was just like, get it in, get the kill, click the button, fun, 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 hit, hit, hit. And it was hype. Like, people were like excited to watch. People were like, oh god, Josh with his fish. And that led me to draft it again because I was so hyped. I was entertained watching myself. Other people were entertained watching me. I think NCP Season 3 was one of my most entertaining times because of that. Like, I was able to commentate. I had a game plan so set out that was just click button as much as you can and get kills. And then, like, I'd have a win con or something. Very specifics. And because I had, like, such a set routine in my head, all I had to do was think about entertaining. I knew how I was going to play almost no matter what, unless I got really, really serious, really, really fast. Examples, I faced Owen, and he went Cotton Guard, called mine Slurp Off, and I was like, panic, 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 panic. This isn't set plan. I don't know how to beat this, so I had to stop and think. But any other time, in early Galar decks, when there's no good Dracovish answers, like, it was literally just bring it in, click a button. How do I get it in? How do I get it in? How do I get it in? It was pretty easy to, like, formulate my thoughts. It was easy to play the game, and I was able to be more entertaining. And because I was able to focus so much on entertainment, I felt entertained watching it back. People felt entertained watching it. It got decent views. How do we create that mindset? God, I feel so bad for anyone who's actually just, like, watching the vid and just not having it in the background because, like, I can't get this camera to focus. What? Oh. How do we create that own mindset of, oh, look, there I am, hi. How do we be able to focus just on entertaining? And I think it stems from the fact that we're so hard pressed, guys. We're trying so hard to be better than everyone else. And I think I'm going to take that to my next Wi-Fi League. I'm going to have fun. I've even been doing better in BBL now that I'm just like, who cares? I'm going to focus on being fun. I'm going to do some fun stuff. And that worked for me. Pulling back to my roots of just casual work on being entertaining, talk to the camera, etc., and just casually, like, go about the day, and that worked. And I watched back my video for the first time because I felt entertained. I felt like I was entertaining in that video. We need to figure out how we're gonna be entertaining again. I do think that Wi-Fi Draft League has died a little bit from the staleness of the coaches to an extent, and that is something that people don't agree with, but it's not because that some people aren't entertaining. The reason why it's stale is because it's the same thing over and again. You know, the coaches, there's only a pool. People blow up in draft league community really, really quick, like JV, like Sally Mumble, like Mount Tai, because they're new. Like, oh, new content creator, what's he like? And they're like, oh, fresh, and people will disagree with that, but it's a thing. I have no idea what the video is. You're just gonna have to trust me. I think I could find it if I wanted to, but there's a video by one of my old favorite creators named A Dose of Buckley, who is just an angry comedian kind of style. And I think this is when he, like, stepped away from YouTube for a while. But he made the point of, just because that this person is your favorite creator and you know they're entertaining and you like them and you want to watch them, that doesn't mean that eventually you're going to stop watching them unless they're, like, rapidly changing. You're going to watch them every day. And think about this for a moment, right? I haven't watched the video in so long, so maybe I'm gonna fuck it up. But like, think about this for a second. Think about some of the creators you used to watch like 3-4 years ago. As I say this, you love them, right? You discover them, they're really good. You go back and watch a lot of their other videos. You're really entertained, and then they start coming out with new videos. And you're like, oh, awesome! Every time they come out with a video, you're like, yes, I want to see this. I want to watch this. I want more. I want more. And you keep up with their daily or their bi-daily or their weekly videos, and they're entertaining. It's great. And then one time you're just like, oh, a new video came out. I'm going to watch it soon, right? And so later that day you watch it. And then the next video comes out and you're like, oh, I'll watch that soon. And then maybe you get behind and it's a day. And then you're like, oh, I got to watch 2 videos. So you watch the 2 videos. And slowly you're just like, oh, I missed a couple videos. I love this dude. I got to go back and watch his videos. I want to, he's so entertaining. And you get behind and you try and binge the videos. You're like, all right, I watch them every couple days, and then it just slowly starts to descend to the point where you're not watching them anymore. And that seems weird, and like it wouldn't be true, but I used to watch every Checker Conroy video that came out, even when I didn't like the game. I watched every Joey Pokemon video. I watched every Adosa Buckley video that came out, and it went up, and then slowly sometimes I'd watch, sometimes I wouldn't, and I don't watch any of them. I haven't watched Checker Conroy's videos in so long. Joey, I watch every now and then. Blunder, I watch every now and then. Adosa Buckley, I haven't seen his videos in a long time. They're entertaining. I like watching them, but I can't watch the same person forever. And we have such a small selection of Wi-Fi coaches, and that part, I think, does have our fault in it. But it's not just ours. Pokemon definitely, Game Freak definitely really screwed us over on that. But, as Dr. Slaking said, what did we do to fix it? I don't think it's just like the LAN timer. There is definitely like the LAN who definitely did kick some people out, like John Jr. The Versus Recorder hurt a lot of people. Guys, it hurt a lot of people. There's so many people who never had the capture card, who had to rely on post-cons from Versus Recorders. What did we do to fix it? How did we try and keep these people in the community? I did that. I didn't have a DS capture card. I sent my game off. I sent my replay code off to Odds, Automatic, Live, and I got my postcom and I recorded it. But I had a capture card for the Switch, so I was ready when we converted to Switch. And people have those capture cards because they're cheaper. That created that bigger audience. But then the Versus Recorder was gone, so people who didn't have it, who were really entertaining, and people wanted to see, they had to stop doing Draft League on Wi-Fi. And we didn't do anything to stop it. Is it too late? No. It's not too late to try. It might be too late to succeed. And I know it's possible because I've seen it happen. Amel is a great coach. Great player. Loved him to death. Something happened. I think it was like LAN or internet or something. No, it wasn't that. Something with his capture card. He couldn't record his video. But he was in a Wi-Fi league, and there's no way to postcom unless you take your opponent's video. What do you do in that scenario? What can we do? We have to figure something. We have to innovate. And innovate we did. And Live and someone else. I know I did it, but someone else and me, when someone would need it, we would secondhand play for them. So, though I'll use my experience, even though it was kind of like really shoddy because Discord fucked me over. Me and Amel got in call. His OBS muted me. And he would commentate as if he was playing the game, but he wasn't. I had his Pokemon. I was playing for him. All he would do is commentate, and he made sure to commentate in a way that expressed what he was going to do, and then I'd click. So he was the coach. I just clicked the buttons for him. And that's very similar to how we were doing it before in 3DS and DS and 3DS leagues. Was someone just clicked the buttons for you, someone recorded for you, someone else was your recorder. Of course, that creates the extra step in it. But why didn't we do that? Why aren't we doing that? Why don't we do that? Can we do it? We should try. I think we should try. And I don't think it needs to be a tag team league. Because that's a thought that I had. Like, okay, well, why not just make old content creators and current content creators create a tag team and go from there? That doesn't really work, and Team Battle League is kind of an example of that. Like, some people just don't want to play. Scheduling is impossible. And that kind of creates an issue. Like, well, how do we schedule that? Well, that was for specific people. So what if we had a league that was primarily, mostly, or all content creators who want to play draft, who want to play Wi-Fi draft again and upload it again, and we had a bunch of stands, and these two people schedule, hopefully, and they're like, do we have any stands that could play for us? That would be really awkward, I think, but I think it's something. It's an idea. What else can we do? You tell me, what else can we do to create a new line of coaches like that? Other than just go out and buy them capture cards, which, no. Sorry. I've gone on for a while, haven't I? I do want to check 17 notifications on Twitter. Who the hell? You damn love livers. I swear to God, it's Dan and fucking Chris. Oh, Shuckle said that we should bring back TBO. My bad, guys. My bad. Where's Shuckle King? Where's your thread? There it is. I won't go to my notifications yet. I don't want to see all this love life shit. We're boring. We are, but we're not. We're entertaining to the right group of people, and we were entertaining to the another. What the hell? Did I exit out of that? You stupid son of a bitch, aka me. Yes, McAfee. Thank you. Fuck off, by the way. Current people are boring. Yes and no. Yes, some of us are boring. Some of us are entertaining because we're focusing on the wrong things. Some of us aren't. There's three people. You're boring. I'm sorry, but you are. Let's be more entertaining. Let's grow, be better. There's those who are stale to a lot of people, who are entertaining, and people will watch them, but they're the same as they were a year ago. And people who are entertaining, or I could be boring. There are people who are entertaining, but their fans eventually just stagnated out, or just like went with the motion, which is eventually fall off. And then there are people who are still entertaining and growing and different and trying to be that pull and make you want to watch them. And that's people like Matt and Kelly and D-Ray. Better players deserve more views. Yes. They do. It's sad that people who are ridiculously high-level, amazing players just don't get the views. But that's also on them. It's not just because people don't want to watch. People just won't watch them. Won't watch good players. That's partially on them. Be entertaining. Custom shinies. Custom shinies are fine. Alright? But the pool of people who want to watch stuff for custom shinies aren't going to just watch your video if you're boring for your custom shinies. They're fine. They're cool. They're interesting. I think there's a lot that could be done with them and that's unexplored. Liv always did them after anime characters. Stuff like that. You can theme them, like theme your shinies, guys. Like, please theme your shinies. If you're gonna do them, playing commentating at the same time. And not everyone can do it. Some people can't, and some people need to figure out how to be better at that, including me. Commentators, we have to see live commentators improve the experience. I think so, yes. I think that live commentating is better. Postcom has created too much of a stigma. I didn't think that this was true at a while. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't do that. And I didn't. I didn't lie about my plays. I was more than willing to admit that I did something stupid. But post-commentating isn't always the most fun. And it's boring in more than one way. It has its pull, like he said. You can focus on playing the game and being really, really good, and then comment and be smart and entertaining. But the problem with it was people will watch your videos not just because you're entertaining, but also they want to see how the game went. And when you kind of like are like really depressing at the beginning of the video, people already know you lost, so they click on the video. So there's a problem with postcom. And then like sometimes you're a liar. People lie when they postcom. I made this incredible play. I wouldn't do that, but other people would, right? As I say this, I think about Panther. When I played Panther, and I had to go help someone move something in the middle of my draft game versus him, and I came back in 10 seconds and just randomly clicked Thunderbolt and caught Panther on the double to Charizard, and it ended up helping me win the game. And he's like, SMH, you didn't, did you predict that? I was like, hell no. And I said in the video, hell no, I didn't predict this. Hey, but it worked, yo. Commentators live play. Again, we had to see how commentators work out. Lack of new mons is not a problem. You're right. Lack of new mons is not the problem. There's 900 of them. Just draft new shit. That one hurt me. I had a lot of fun when I drafted new shit for UBL way back when, and I ended up with Slowbro, Hyper Offense, and Veil. Twitch streams, I definitely think that are unexplored. Lack of new mons is not the problem. Sports, I'm sorry, I don't know how to sporks. Innovation is not what we need. Innovation is definitely what we need, but not in the way that people think. It's not the format that's the problem. And it's taken me a long time to realize that. At times it is. It was. But it's not the format that's the problem. We need to innovate. We 100% need to innovate. Chuckle said we don't. We do, but we're innovating the wrong damn thing. Innovate yourself. How do you become more entertaining than when you were yesterday? How do you grow, develop, and evolve? I wanted to make this point about draft analysis and how that's a focus that a lot of us have tried to. Why aren't we doing that focus of how to be more entertaining and how to change the same stale thing to our commentary, to ourselves? We've done it to the format. We've done it to the line of coaches. Always trying to take that new guy, bring in that new guy. We've done it to draft analysis. I've done it to draft analysis time and time again. I've been doing it for years to try and make draft analysis fun. I played Draw Pokemon. I stole Shay Quaze's idea and did a rap, had someone rap for me. Shout out to Zeke. Which was a really produced thing. And not just Shay purposefully trying to make it unproduced at some points. And be rapping like a SoundCloud rapper. But Shay really took that off. He made that his own. he wrapped a draft analysis back in NCP Season 3, and everyone was like, yo, what the fuck is this? And that was like a huge thing. It was new and refreshing. And some of my draft analysis ideas that I've had have been really entertaining, but like, guys, Wi-Fi draft commissioners, these damn draft analysis gotta stop. We need to innovate that somehow. There's only so many ways you can present the draft analysis. The standard way. Like, I promise you, I've exhausted as many options as I can. I've had my sister talk about my draft for PCL way back when. Specifically the Showdown, the one. So I had her, like, talk about the Mons. And that was a draft analysis. And I played Draw a Pokemon. And I have... At one point, I have forgotten my own drafted team, and I live reacted to seeing it again. And that was entertaining. Mainly because, like, I also had the wrong team pulled up. Draft analysis need to stop. We need to innovate more with our own commentary. And that's it. What do you think? Am I right? Are we boring, and can we stop being boring? Dr. Slaking is right. Wi-Fi is dead. Showdown, I don't think is dying as fast. It's definitely, like, going down, but I don't think it's dying as fast as Wi-Fi is, because, like, Wi-Fi is, like, so struggled to be entertaining that they forget how to be good. But, like, regular draft, I think, still has, like, a lot that it can do, and isn't as struggling. Because there's, like, the team tours, which gets people hyped, and there's new formats that get people hyped that you can do on Showdown. And then there's just, like, these big communities, which do really well, like MLP, specifically not mine, MLP, and OLT, and LD, stuff like that. Like, a lot of them, like, have these communities. DGBA, they have these communities so they can keep being that entertaining force. BBL did pretty well. People were entertained. People like the format. People want to keep playing. But Wi-Fi, we need to fix it. We need to try and bring it back to life, or else it's just going to be gone forever. And a lot of us who just upload Draft League are going to be gone with it. You have a comment section down below. You're more than free to tell me if I'm wrong in this 47 cocksucking minute-long video. Dude, who lets me talk this long? I just wasted an hour. I was supposed to be playing Legends Arceus. It's like 9:30. Don't worry about it. Respond to me. Respond to Dr. Slaking. Go tell him what you think. Go tell me what you think, etc. And that's it for this video. Bye-bye.